Hello heroes, Cody here, blue collar worker from Texas talking comics. This is ComicsDown. Let's get into it. Today from Archie Horror we have Vampronica #2, and this is a hack cover. I mean, not as a hack as in like bad, but this is Hack the artist, and I like it. I think it's very striking. The pool of red, looks like she's coming out of a pool of blood in a white shirt nonetheless, which is, I really don't know how that works, but apparently it works like that in Archie Horror World. This is a Greg Smallwood and Meg Smallwood story. So, let's get in and take a look on the inside here. And it picks up from the last issue. Veronica's walking through the woods and she's trying to get a grip on what's just occurred to her. She's been bitten by a master vampire and she's starting to turn. And she crashed into her date for the night earlier and she ran off in the woods, so now she's got a handle on herself and she's going back to the crash site to see if she can use his phone. When she gets there, it's revealed that the wreck is missing. And looks like that master vampire is turned into a bat and is watching her from the side of the road. And she's like, oh no, that blood-sucking creep must still be alive. She's got some problems. And what does Veronica Lodge do when she has problems? Well, she wants to go see Archie. And she's covered in blood. She doesn't know what to do. And she goes to Archie's house and she's like, oh yeah, well, they're on that date thing. She doesn't want to look like she's butting in. So she looks through the side window there like a creeper. And sees that they're watching a movie. And she's like, what is it? Total chill night my ass. She's gonna make a move. And and this instantly brings us back to, okay, this is an Archie comics. Archie, Betty, Veronica, these, it's a constant battle who's gonna have Archie, right? So, so obviously Veronica's like, oh, she's gonna try to make a move. Oh, come on, Betty. This is a classic B-movie making at its finest. Set your soul free. And obviously, and they're watching a vampire movie, and Betty's acting like she's scared, and Veronica's like, pretend to be scared. As old as your last manicure, little faker. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Maybe just a little. And crack! Veronica gets mad and I guess hits the window and runs off. And Archie's like, I don't know what it could have been. I guess maybe a raccoon or something. So Veronica goes to the school and she stays the night in the boiler room. Which is kind of weird. I guess that, she's wanting to stay away from people or whatnot. And this enters Dalton. And he's whistling and coming down the stairs of the boiler room. I guess he was bringing back some science equipment or something. Hey, are you alright? And then, he wakes her up and she has the super red eyes and vampire look. And she's like, Veronica, are you okay? I'm fine. I'm just a little cranky when I wake up. What are you doing, Dalton? It's the weekend. I need the school's equipment to create a particle. Well, you see, I'm developing my own Bose-Einstein condensate model based on forget it. I'll ask you. Ask you, nerd. Wait. Forget I asked, you nerd. Alright. And then she passes out. And she has this really freaky dream where she's at the purse store and she walks up to a display and there's Archie, Betty, and god damn it. I want to call him Meatwad, but I know it's not Meatwad. What is Jughead? Jughead's heads. All their heads have been decapitated and they're sitting on the purse rack there. And the vampire that bit her walks up and says, can I help you? We don't allow animals in the store. She said, but I'm not an animal. And he's like, are you sure? And then she starts to turn into a vampire creature. And he's just laughing his vampire head off. So, yeah. That's basically that. Yeah, she gets real ugly here. And then the decapitated heads start making fun of her. So it's kind of weird. And then she wakes up to being chained up by Dalton, and he's like, well, I know what you are. Reduced heart rate, accelerated regeneration sensitivity to the UV light. You're a vampire, Veronica. He's like, are you serious, Dalton? You can't tell anyone until I've figured out exactly what's going to happen. And he's like, well, if I give you this cup of blood, will you not kill me? So, and then she breaks out of the chains and drinks the blood, and she's all right again. And this makes it interesting, because it's not your typical Archie, Betty, Veronica story. They starts a friendship with Dalton here, and the science nerd, helps her figure these things out. And he takes Veronica to his house, and her mom, his mom, is just like swooning over her because, of course, she's Veronica. What's her last name? What is Veronica's last name? I forget it. I don't know. I should know it. I watched the last freaking Riverdale season. Lodge. It's Veronica Lodge. Hell, I probably already said it in the video. But yeah, and she's swooning over him, and she's like, how do you know so much about this? Well, it's not exactly my expertise, but I've done some reading on it, and of course he has a vampire book in his library, a very old vampire book that kind of tells you that there's two different types of, tells them about the Order of the Dragon, Vlad Dracula, and then that there's two different types of vampires. There's a Master Sturgo, or where is it? That the Romanians. Okay, well, there's Strigo as sorcerers and shapeshifters, and then there's like another one that's Morion, into a single-minded army of the undead. And Sturgo are like vampires that can control things, and kind of like sorcerers or magicians or whatnot, shapeshifters. And he talks about Vlad Dracula and the Order of the Dragon or whatnot. And she's and he says, well, if you kill the master, you might turn back to normal. So she's like, well, I think I know who the master is. We're gonna need some weapons. And then it goes to the football game, and Betty's Archie's like, hey, have you seen Veronica? Have you seen Ronnie? And she's like, no, I haven't seen her. She's probably still salty about our date last night. Have you seen Reggie? He was just here ago. Dude was a beast out there. I need to thank him for having my back. Oh, I think I saw him run off with a girl. And that girl's not doing too hot now. And here's the covers for the next one that's supposed to be coming out. Or no, these are this week's covers. The new covers are right here. Okay. The thing I like about this book is, you know, it's basically Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but in the Archie horror world. And, you know, it's very cool. I mean, it's not too overbearingly violent or anything like that. It's still wholesome, but it's still scary at the same time. So I give this, you know, some thumbs up. You know, I like it a lot. If you haven't started reading it, this is just issue 2. You can hop on very easily. I'm not exactly the biggest Archie fan out there. You know, you guys know I'm not a big fan of Mark Waid, so of course I don't really read Archie, the main Archie book or anything like that. But I have been reading all the horror stuff. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and then Afterlife, and The Hunger. I'm actually going to probably go back and get all the Hunger books. I think they're like on 5 or 6 now, and I'm going to catch up with that. I had the original, like the kind of the concept book or whatnot, the Hunger. They kind of had a one-shot. I have that one. But now that they actually have a Hunger series, I guess it did very well, so they started the Hunger series. So I'm going to go back and get all of them books. But yeah, Vampronica, recommend, definitely. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here. Got some stuff to do around the house. I'll post this as quickly as possible. I'm Cody, this is ComicsDown. Sub, like, comment, bell. Make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you sub. We got to grow the channel. Other than that, I'll check in with you guys later. We'll probably do like a news video next or something like that. Try to get at, I'm going to try to break it up as much as possible. Not always doing reviews or haul videos. I want to make this kind of a, a little bit of a variety channel. And like I said, I'm planning on some wood projects here in the shop. Some superhero related wood projects. So look forward to that and leave me some feedback or whatnot. Thank you. Have a great day.